another video. Today we have the Game Week 12 team review, and guess what? FPL Razzmatazz is back after missing our last video. Thereafter we'll be looking at our star player challenge, followed by our players watch list, and to wrap it up we've got our Game Week 13 transfers and teams. So let's get cracking.
Today's FPL trivia question is as follows. Which forward has scored the second most goals until Game Week 12? Option A, Callum Wilson. Option B, Julian Alvarez. Option C, Ollie Watkins. Please stay tuned. The answer will be revealed at the end of the video.
Next follows our Game Week 12 team reviews. Game Week 12 ended up being a resounding success as our team managed a huge 88 point score compared to the average of 64 points. This was mainly due to the two main power hitters being Mo Salah and Erling Haaland matching each other exactly with 16 points each. Our captain Mo Salah doubled that with 32 points. However, the two main stars in our team was the low-owned Simon Adingra, who managed 9 points with a goal, as well as Saliba from Arsenal, who managed to score a goal for 9 points as well. Overall, this allowed our team to rocket up the rankings from 1.9 million in the world to 1.3 million. This is a massive green arrow, and after taking a -4 in Game Week 12, we are very happy with the outcome. The only disappointment being that we had Tsimikas on the bench with a 15-point score. However, better have the player in your team or in your squad rather than not own him at all. Next is the Game Week 12 team review for FPL Razzmatazz.
Game Week 12 was quite a solid game week, with me reaching a respectable 80 points, 16 points over the average. Mo Salah did not again disappoint with a whopping 16 points and 32 points as captain, and Haaland matched him. My star was Thomas Suchek, who scored a brilliant goal and got 7 points. My rank now is 1.9 million. I'm coming for you. I'm chasing my dad.
Next, we've got our FPLA Super League standings. In first place and holding on to the top spot, we've got FPL Gotti. Well done, FPL Gotti. In second place, we have got Brooklyn Benjamin. Third place goes to Ruskin Jacobs. In fourth place, we've got Farid Mustafa. Fifth place goes to John Paul J. Sixth place, we've got Robert Ark. Joint 7th place, we've got Omden and Rob O'Gara. In 9th place, we've got Kop Ramadani. And in joint 10th, we've got Ibrahim Mizimu as well as Neil Vara. Well done to everyone that's made it into the top 10. Those that are not yet there but that are close, keep on pushing and your time will come sometime soon. These are the fixtures to target from Game Week 13 to Game Week 16. The ones highlighted in yellow, those are the ones either where there is a good streak of fixtures or a single fixture that looks quite good, at least on paper. Firstly, we've got Arsenal, a reasonable fixture in Game Week 13, but it could be a bit tough as well. Game Week 14 and Game Week 15 look prime fixtures to bring in Arsenal players. Aston Villa got a tough fixture against Tottenham Hotspur in Game Week 13, but then have a decent fixture against Bournemouth in Game Week 14. Then Brentford, tough fixture against Arsenal Game Week 13, and then they go on a streak of 3 fixtures against Luton, Brighton and Sheffield, where the attackers could do quite good, and even if you're looking for a defender, you could expect them also to do reasonably well. And then Crystal Palace, they seem to be going under the radar currently. Luton Town next in Game Week 13 seems a prime fixture if you're targeting them. And then Game Week 15, they've got Bournemouth as well. And then another team that's gone under the radar is Fulham. They've got a great fixture against Wolves at home in Game Week 13. And then they've got another 2 great fixtures also at home in Game Week 15 and 16 against Nottingham Forest and West Ham United. Liverpool got a very tough fixture, Clash of the Titans in Game Week 13 against Manchester City. Thereafter follows 3 great fixtures, especially if you're looking for the attackers, and that is against Fulham, Sheffield United and Crystal Palace. Then we have also got Newcastle, who have a bit of a mixed bag of fixtures. The only prime fixture that we can see them definitely doing great in is against Everton. And then we've got Nottingham Forest, who have also got some decent fixtures coming up. At least 2 fixtures that you'd want to target is Game Week 14 against Everton and Game Week 16 against Wolves. And then another team who has got a couple of injuries, but are looking quite decent in terms of fixtures. And if you're looking at West Ham, they play Burnley next, followed by Crystal Palace, and then in Game Week 16 they have got Fulham. Next follows the Star Player Challenge, FPLA Plus versus FPL Razzmatazz. First, to recap on the Game Week 12 Star Player Challenge scores. So Game Week 12 ended up with quite a convincing win for FPL Razzmatazz, whose team managed 16 points compared to 11 points. So very well done FPL Razzmatazz. How did you find Game Week 12?
Game Week 12 was quite a good game week. The only thing that made me go through in the play challenge, I think, was William Saliba, who got 9 points, who I chose, and Kieran Trippier, who you chose, who only got 1 point.
Yes, that's actually quite true. I actually had 2 wins in 2 different positions, and you had 1, and we drew 1. But you, the one that you won, as you said, in defense, was quite a massive victory. So well done. So let's move on to Game Week 13 Player Challenge. If FPL Razzmatazz does win this, then it's all square up. So here we go. Game Week 13 Star Player Challenge. Who have you chosen in goal?
I've gone for Alphonse Areola because of his amazing fixture against Burnley.
That sounds quite good, and if there was likely a clean sheet that you can close to guarantee, then that's probably the one that you would want to target. I've decided to go for a fixture that I've also targeted and an unsung hero this year so far, and the guy I've gone for is Fulham's goalkeeper Bernd Leno. Next we have got the defenders. Who have you gone for, FPL Razzmatazz?
I've gone for Anderson from Crystal Palace because he has been doing good so far.
That's a great choice there. He is one of the top ranked defenders. Anderson from Crystal Palace. I've decided to go for a bit of a attacking surprise defender, and the guy that I've gone for is Pedro Porro. Tottenham Hotspur might be struggling in defense and quite a few other injuries as well, so I believe that they will need Porro to step up, and he's got a great cross and quite an attacking threat, so he's my guy. In midfield, who have you gone for?
I've gone for James Ward-Prowse because he is one of the best free kick takers in the Premier League, and he still has an amazing fixture against Burnley.
That's an excellent choice there. I've decided to actually go for a midfielder that is making a bit of a comeback after a bit of a layoff, and that is Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace. He's got a great fixture coming up in Game Week 13, and I'm hoping that he can come up trumps. In the forward line, who have you gone for?
I've gone for Taiwo Awoniyi because he just came back from injury, and I think he will be back to his best against Brighton.
That's a great selection. He's got some great potential, and he's a player that I believe can explode. The player that I've decided to rival Awoniyi is Dominic Solanke, who also seems to be in great form. And the team that he is playing is Sheffield United, who have had one of the leakier defenses this season. So I'm hoping that he can come up trumps. Who do you think is going to win, FPLA Plus or FPL Razzmatazz? Next, we've got key players to target. First, we have got Jared Bowen, who at the time of recording was still marked as being potentially injured. However, we still await final confirmation whether he is likely to miss Game Week 13. If, however, there is an indication that he is not to miss game week 13, then he would be a great selection for game week 13, especially given that he plays against Burnley next and then thereafter against Crystal Palace. However, please follow team news and press conferences to make sure whether he is likely to play or if he is ruled out. Thereafter, we have got James Ward-Prowse. If you're looking for another West Ham player at 6.1 million, he's incredible value, one of the best free kick takers in the Premier League, and he is a player that will tick over. Might not haul every game week, but he surprises you when you least expect it. Then we have got another player that is back from injury, Eberechi Eze, also at 6.1 million, has got Luton next, followed by West Ham and Bournemouth. He could present unbelievable value. Then we've got another Crystal Palace player, a defender, Anderson, from 5.1 million. With these great fixtures, if he does not keep a clean sheet, you can often still count on him to score the odd goal and potentially even an assist. Then we have got Dominic Solanke at 6.4 million, has got a plum fixture against Sheffield United, a tough fixture against Aston Villa, and then faces Crystal Palace. However, if you are specifically targeting game week 13, then he could be right up top there in terms of attackers. This is our current game week 13 transfer plan. The first one is in terms of transferring our Josh Brownhill from Burnley and transferring in James Ward-Prowse for his great fixtures coming up. And then the second transfer that we are looking at is transferring out Ollie Watkins, who has got a mixed bag of fixtures coming up, and transferring in Dominic Solanke, who's got a great fixture against Sheffield United. This would be for a -4, and it would still leave 0.9 million in the bank. What do you think about this transfer for game week 13?
My game week 13 transfer plan is to take out 2 injured players, Kaoru Matoma to Mohamed Kudus, Sven Botman to Kufal. The reason I'm bringing in these 2 players is to target the West Ham fixture, especially the game week 13 fixture against Burnley.
That sounds like quite a solid plan, especially if you're getting rid of injured players. Matoma is likely to be out for a while. Sven Botman, I believe he could make a return, but that's also a bit unsure. And I really am a big fan of Mohamed Kudus. All the best. Hopefully that move pays off. This is our game week 13 team as it lines up currently. In goal, we have got Ariola from West Ham. In defence, we have got Anderson from Crystal Palace, Saliba from Arsenal, and Trippier from Newcastle. Our midfield consists of Mo Salah from Liverpool, Brian Mbeumo from Brentford, Bukayo Saka from Arsenal, and James Ward-Prowse from West Ham. Our forward line is made up of Erling Haaland and Julian Alvarez from Manchester City, followed by Dominic Solanke from Bournemouth. On the bench, we've got Turner from Nottingham Forest, Adingra from Brighton, Pinnock from Brentford, and Tsimikas from Liverpool. The team value of this team is currently 102.4 million with 0.9 million in the bank. Our captaincy armband is currently on Erling Haaland with the vice captaincy on Mo Salah. This is quite a tough week to choose a captain, and we could easily switch the captaincy armband to Mo Salah at this stage. Other options that we could also consider is Bukayo Saka, and if you're looking for a punt, you could also go for someone such as Dominic Solanke, who's got a great fixture, and an alternative option that you could also consider is Heung-min Son.
This is how my game week 13 team will line up. In goal, I have Kaminski from Luton. In defense, I have Ward from Crystal Palace, Gabriel from Arsenal, Kufal from West Ham. In my midfield, I have Salah from Liverpool, Saka from Arsenal, Soucek and Kudus from West Ham. My forwards are Haaland from Manchester City, Darwin from Liverpool, Watkins from Aston Villa. On my bench, I have Flecken from Brentford, Kabore from Luton, Cash from Aston Villa and Casemiro from Man United. My team value is 100.3 million. In the bank, I got 0.1 million. My captaincy armband is currently on Saka and my vice captaincy is on Erling Haaland.
That's quite a solid team that you've got there. I really love your attackers, especially your forward line, and lots of spice there in the midfield as well. Your captaincy is also quite spicy, deciding to go with Bukayo Saka. Are you likely to stay with Bukayo Saka, or are you considering to change? Is it a definite Bukayo Saka captaincy, or could you still change?
It's actually not a definite. I might actually change to Salah. I may be Haaland, but mostly between Saka and Salah.
Okay, now that's quite great. Always keep an eye on team news and press conferences. Something might just come out that might help your decision. So that is a great team there.
The answer to the FPL trivia question that we asked earlier. The question was, which forward has scored the second most goals until game week 12? The options are option A, Calum Wilson, option B, Julian Alvarez, option C, Ollie Watkins. Do you know the answer? The answer is Calum Wilson with 7 goals, followed by Julian Alvarez and Ollie Watkins with 6 each.
That's it for this game week video. We hope you find it quite interesting and enjoyable. All the best for game week 13. We wish you big green arrows. Until we chat again next time, cheerio.